You know that feeling, right? When you're arguing with a friend about something that happened and you are 100% certain you're right, only to find out you're totally wrong? It's weirdly unsettling. Well, today, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating, kind of spooky world of false memory to figure out why our brains aren't the perfect little video recorders we think they are.
All right, let's kick things off with a quick test. How do you remember spelling the name of this famous bear family? Just picture the book cover in your mind. Was it Berenstain with an A or Berenstein with an E? Go with your gut. Okay, you ready for this? The correct spelling has always been Berenstain with an A. Now, if you are absolutely convinced it was an E, you are so not alone. In fact, millions of people share that exact same incorrect memory. But how is that possible?
What you just experienced is a classic case of something called the Mandela effect. The name comes from a researcher, Fiona Broome, who realized that she and tons of other people vividly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s. People swore they saw news clips of it, they remembered his widow's speech, except none of that happened. Mandela was released from prison and didn't pass away until 2013. So this whole phenomenon, a large group of people sharing the same false memory, that's the Mandela effect.
And oh, it is not just the bears. Think Darth Vader famously said, "Luke, I am your father." Nope. The actual line is, "No, I am your father." What about the Monopoly man? Picture him. Does he have a monocle? He's never had one. The Fruit of the Loom logo? That cornucopia you might be picturing? Never existed. And our buddy, Curious George? No tail. It's wild how many things we collectively misremember.
So, while these pop culture examples are a ton of fun, they're really just symptoms of a much deeper, more profound psychological phenomenon. They're our doorway into the actual science of how our memory works and how it can go wrong.
So, in the world of psychology, a false memory is basically a memory of an event that's either totally made up or at least seriously distorted. But here's the absolute key. The person who has this memory is positive it's real. This isn't just about being forgetful. It's about confidently remembering something that simply isn't true.
And to understand that, you have to get your head around how memory actually works. Most of us think our memory is reproductive, like a video camera in our head that perfectly records everything, and we can just hit play. But that's a total myth. The reality is that our memory is reconstructive. Every single time you remember something, your brain is actively rebuilding that event from scratch, piecing together bits and pieces. And guess what? It fills in the gaps with assumptions, with stuff you learned later, with whatever seems plausible. Your brain isn't a recorder,